When automating software deployments, you need something that's executing your deployment process, and that's usually on a machine referred to as a runner or a worker. When you first configure workers, you probably installed the tools that you need during your deployment. Terraform, kubectl, the Azure CLI, maybe PowerShell. And now that's fine, but then one project needs a different version of kubectl. Another team wants a newer version of Terraform that breaks something else. Then another team wants a specific tool installed that's only relevant to their deployment process. So now you're managing a matrix of worker machines, trying to keep tools in sync and up to date. And teams are probably uninstalling and installing tools on the worker as part of their deployment processes. Now, it's not that this is difficult exactly, it's just that it's friction, and it all adds up. What you ideally want is a way for each project or team to define exactly what tools they need in their deployment process at exactly the version that they need. This means teams can use the versions of tools that they desire without impacting others who might be using the same workers. And when a team needs to upgrade, they upgrade their own execution environment, not the shared machine. And today, I'd like to explore execution containers for workers in Octopus Deploy. I actually really love this feature, and the idea with execution containers in Octopus is that each step in the deployment process can be executed inside of a specified container on a worker, not directly on the worker itself. This means you can keep your workers really thin in terms of the tooling, as all you really need is Docker. And what's even better is that our dynamic workers for Octopus Cloud already have Docker installed, so you're good to go with no extra worker configuration. Let me show you how this works, and I first want to simulate a deployment failure because the dynamic worker doesn't have a tool I'm using in my deployment process. I've got a project here that's really straightforward. Let me show you the process, which just has one step, which is to upload a package to Azure Blob Storage. To do this, the script is using the command line tool called azcopy. What I want to bring to your attention for this step is it's being executed on a worker from a worker pool. The pool I'm using is the hosted Ubuntu pool provided by Octopus Deploy, and those workers do have some tools pre-installed, and right now I'm running this deployment process directly on the worker. Let me create a new release with this configuration. I'll save it. And then I want to deploy this out to the test environment. I'll let this run through, and there we go, the deployment fails. And looking at the logs, it does look like the term azcopy isn't recognized. In fact, for fun, let's go over to the task summary log and see what the recovery agent in Octopus Deploy thinks. And yep, spot on. The deployment failed because the step ran a PowerShell script which attempted to call azcopy, but azcopy wasn't installed or not in the path environment variable on the worker. The section for how to fix says to install azcopy on the worker, which is sort of what we're going to achieve by using execution containers. Back in the deployment process on the same step, I want to draw your attention to this configuration for the execution container image, and right now it's set to run directly on the worker. What you can do instead is choose to run this step inside a container on the worker, and there's a few options on how you specify the container to use. You can pull from a registry, build it from a Git URL, or even build it during the deployment from an inline Docker file that you specify in Octopus. I want to use a container image from Docker Hub, and the image is in Octopus Labs called Azure Worker Tools, and I'm using a specific version of 2.83.0. I'll show you this registry in just a moment, but this container has the tools pre-installed to deploy to Azure, including azcopy. Now when the deployment runs, this step is going to execute inside of that container image, which will be running on a worker. So let me go through the process of committing the change. I'll create a new release, and we'll kick off a deployment to the test environment. What I want to draw your attention to in the logs is here under the dynamic worker, it uploaded the package that I want to deploy, but now it is also downloading the container image I specified, ready to execute the next step inside of that container on the worker. And there we go. This time the deployment completed successfully because the script ran from inside the container on the worker, which included all the tools I needed that was specific to my deployment. To finish up, Over in Docker Hub under Octopus Deploy, we do have a container labelled Worker Tools, and this might be a good one to start with. There's a link here to look at what tools are included in that container, which takes us over to GitHub, and it includes tools like the Argo CD CLI, PowerShell, Google Cloud CLI, Helm, Node.js, so on and so forth. There's also a GitHub repository called Worker Tools in the organisation Octopus Deploy Labs, which contains the Docker files and registry information for a bunch of images that we've built at Octopus Deploy. This included the Azure Worker Tools image, which was the one that I just used in that demo, but there's a heap of other ones here that have the tools to perform very specific tasks, meaning they are lightweight and they're built to do one job and do it well. You can, of course, also use this for inspiration to build your own container images for your own requirements too. So with execution containers, the tooling your deployment process needs can be configured within a project as granular as a per-step configuration. It can be version pinned, isolated from other teams, and not dependent on what's installed on the worker itself. If you've been managing worker tool sprawl, this is definitely worth a look. And as usual, check out the links below for more information on execution containers, and I'll see you in the next one.